everybody, this is Teslon for Drop Top Tees, and we're going to show you a really a required piece of maintenance today. It's recommended every 60,000 miles. It's called a Multiair Turbo Actuator Oil Supply Filter, and we're going to show you how to do that. If you don't change it out and it gets clogged up, your car is going to really hesitate under acceleration, especially at lower RPMs. And like I said, 60,000 miles is the recommended service change on it. We're over at a friend's house, Philip Shaney. He just did his a few weeks ago. He has this beautiful Barth, and along with his 124, he has this awesome X19. So he doesn't have to do this to the X. This car's beautiful. A couple years ago, this took second at the All British and European Car Day in Dallas in the Italian class. So we're going to go into the garage where Itzy is and start doing this change out. It doesn't really take a lot of time. If you have just a modicum of tools, we're going to need a ratchet and a socket. You can do it at home. Don't pay Fiat to do it for you. So here's the actual filter, and you may have just heard Phil say it already has the thread tape on it. And so this I bought from MOPAR parts online. Not very expensive. That plus shipping's like $30 or less. And so here's what we're going to do. Now my setup is a little bit different than yours.
Yeah, you gotta remove this, obviously.
Yep, just pops off.
This is already loose.
It's already loose.
Yep, I'm gonna get you a screw for that when I'm done.
I don't have one that fits. I never put it back on. That's a tool I need to get. I don't have one of those. It makes it so much simpler than trying to do it with pliers. So we're going to pull this hose off.
Pop that loose, a little flathead.
Oh, that's just a clip that goes down. Or it seats down in that metal.
And then this pops out like this.
Yeah, I can probably get it better from the side.
Yeah.
Okay, so that just pops open and you take the hose off?
It's still a little hot.
Yeah, I drove it over here.
So it should stop doing that in a second. This here. You got an oil catch can on here.
Yeah, over there.
So we'll just unscrew it here.
Yes, it's kind of puny for this. It working.
Got it?
No, that one's better. That one wants to slide out because it's so tiny.
Take one off of it.
Yeah, can you hold that?
There, that's good.
I'm just going to pull it back this way.
Oh, we're gonna like this. Bring it free first.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, so there's that and that. You'll get to it like that without tearing all that apart.
I'm just going to slide this off. Put it over here. Because if I don't, I'll end up dropping it down. So you're saying a 10 and a 16?
Yeah, it's a 10.
And I would say when you're doing this, perfect time to check out your belt and see how it looks. In the US it says replace the belts at 150. In Europe it says at 60. So doing this procedure gives you a chance to look at your belt a little better and just check it out while you're in there. Because normally with everything put together, you can't really see too much of your belt. Let me see if I can see where you're going.
Yeah, we're gonna take this one off here. These two screws there.
Yeah, there's two. Do you see there's two screws right down there beyond my finger? That's what we're shooting for. It's this plate. Do you want to go in from this side or?
Yeah, probably. Back here. I might have to use the wrench.
Do they have torque specs on them, or do you just tighten them?
I just tighten them up. They're probably around, I would say they're on there around 20, 30 pounds.
Is that a ratchet one?
Yeah.
Those are so cool. I love them.
So get in here with it.
That one seemed like more than 20. The other one broke pretty
On
quickly.
there pretty. On there for a long time. So it's still pretty hot.
Yeah. I know whenever you move that hose, you squirt a little fluid out. So. Yeah, I still wouldn't want to touch the turbo. It takes forever. That actually may be better doing this one. We drove about an hour from Mesquite over here. Phil lives on the north side of Fort Worth. When we were at TMS yesterday, we were just a few miles from his house, actually. And a couple weeks ago, when we were at the car museum, we were about 10 miles away from the other direction. He's right in the middle of some cool auto stuff. This, by the way, is a great little device to have for doing simple things because it's magnetic. It has a magnet at the bottom. So when you put stuff in, it sticks. Great way not to lose little parts. $16?
16, I believe. Yep.
Yeah, that one wasn't very torqued down hard either.
This thing is still blazing hot.
They don't cool down quickly, especially with our weather where it's like
100 degrees.
it was 95 on the way over here. It's warmer than that now.
We're probably gonna have to. I think we have to
We have to what?
I think we might have to loosen up the, if I remember right, the boost control valve. That's the one you got to remove if you change your oil. You unplug it, change the filter.
Where?
Right here.
I don't
So
actually
let's
do
put
that.
this up here.
I changed my filter without doing it.
Okay, so that's that and that. There's a 10mm socket that goes behind here,
Uh-huh.
a 10mm wrench, and it pulls the timing cover off.
Okay. So do we want to take this all the way out? This bolt?
No, that stays in. It's
Oh.
got a little recess on it, so it
Oh,
stays in
okay.
here.
So it stays in. You just
And
pull
this
it.
is also the clip for your wiring harness. It wraps around this. See, it pops out of here.
Uh-huh.
See this?
So that never comes fully loose.
Right. This always.
So how do you get to the filter?
You have to take. Well, we got to take this off. You're
Okay.
gonna loosen up this. This is 8mm, and then this will fold out. And there's a little. You can see it right down here. There's that little 10mm
It's
that
in
holds
there?
the side of this on.
Oh, so you like kind of tilt it up?
Yeah. Well, it'll come all the way out. It'll come completely out.
Oh, I see what. Okay, so that's holding this. I got it. It does. It's already loose from where we're putting it at,
Right.
but it just the bolt doesn't slide out of that piece. Okay. And you said that's an 8.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Oh, yeah.
So there's one bolt more after this.
Yeah, once you take this off, this is your boost control solenoid. These fail all the time because they get clear full of oil. That's the advantage of having the catch can. It diverts it so you're not blowing oil through the turbo and everything.
And if you guys have changed your air filters or anything, you know that this turbo, like most turbos, a little oil comes out. That's completely normal. As long as it's just a little bit. You run them hard, you can get a lot more come out.
See that? Now you're gonna see a little 10
on the
mil
side?
right here underneath this wire.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to show you.
Yeah.
It's down underneath, right underneath this wire. There's a 10 millimeter. You have to loosen and then you'll see it'll come off. You have to trust me on this one. Just like
Right.
you can
There.
feel it. The important thing is that it's straight back. It's not on the side of this. It's to the right side of it. But it faces towards the back of the engine bay. So it's not like it's going in this way. It's going back that way.
Gotta do it kind of by feel.
Yes.
It's easier when you do the timing belt service because all this stuff's out of the way.
Oh, because you have all the hoses going.
Yeah, everything's out of the way.
My belt's still looking actually pretty good.
Mine had 102,000 on it, and it still looked okay. I just changed it because
Because you were there?
old school.
How hard was it to change?
The problem I had was
Oh,
the
man, how
actual
do you-
belt kit.
Really? Oh yeah, you told me it wasn't
Yeah,
correct.
I had to buy a factory kit.
How much do you have to pull off to get down in there? Like
To do
you
what?
pull all this stuff out?
Yeah. Yeah, what you do is
That's-
you take this, you unbolt all
Right,
of this
right.
down here. You take this out. You take this up and you flip it 90 degrees and you zip tie it up here, and then you got access
Then
to
you
the
get
whole
access
front
to
of
the belt,
everything.
yeah. Because trying to do it with this here would be like
You want to
impossible.
avoid disconnecting the computer as much as possible.
Right.
Because when you do, it can erase some of the memory for the
stuff you want to have.
relearn code's kind of touchy sometimes. But
Okay.
okay, there it is right there. Check your belt. You can look at it that way. Make sure it's not cracked. As you can see, all this stuff gets pretty hot. It's
Yes.
dried out.
How do you get it?
What's that? How do you get what?
How do you unscrew it?
It's got an Allen screw in it.
Oh, it's an Allen at the end of it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Other way. There you go.
There you go. So you use the Allen. Man, that's a big Allen. How nasty do you think it's going to look?
What's that?
How nasty do you think it's going to look?
I don't think it'll be too bad. Mine had 100 on it. Mine had a lot of debris in it.
Huh.
They say, you know,
You
that's
might want to
evident.
forego
of-
that extension.
Yeah, they say that's evident from. I bought mine used.
Oh, so you don't know how hard it
I don't
was
know how
driven
the oil.
before?
Yeah, and it was
Or-
driven pretty hard. I'm gonna use this extension, but I'm gonna come around the other side. Should be another one here.
And the yeah, it probably has a lot to do with how often you change the oil and the
It gets
and
a
the
lot of-
associated oil filter, because the
It gets a
dirtier your
lot of
oil
crud.
is, if you don't do oil changes, I imagine this would back up worse.
Yeah, it's the same principle and idea that they use for the BMWs, except they call it a Vano system. It's all. I'm gonna have to use a stubby because you can push right there. I can get it there with this
That'll
one.
get it.
Yeah, I might have to use the other. I got a smaller ratchet. So I have a.
Ladies, if you're watching this, by the way, is why guys end up with what you think is 15 of the same tool, because different sizes really help out a lot. Even though it does the same thing, there's a lot of times where one won't fit and a different size will. You want to try to go under it?
We might have to get the.
I would think it won't fit without the without the extension?
No, it won't, because it's too bulky.
There it goes.
I just want to knock it loose. Once I get it loose, I'll use a 10 millimeter. The 10 millimeter to get it off.
Does it reach a point where you can just hand twist it?
Yeah, once we get it out,
Once you get
far
it to
enough to
stick
grab
out
it.
a little bit.
Yeah. Man, this is a hot engine. Woo. See, it's pretty loose right now.
Yeah, but it's not quite out far enough to grab it. Maybe too hot to want to grab. Can you take, where's the socket at? Where's that?
It's right there.
Wait, where?
It's right here.
Is it on the end yet?
I bet it's still here.
Oh, it's probably right there. Because you may just be able to take and spin it.
Should be loose enough now. See that debris in there?
Yeah, inside it.
See that?
Yeah,
It's not too bad. Mine was a lot worse.
really.
But I don't know what. I don't know the condition of mine before I bought it. How often you change the oil and everything in it.
Let me see that.
It's not too bad.
Yeah, and I had mine brand new, and so we've done regular oil changes every 4,000 miles or a little less, the whole 80,000 miles on it. So, and I always buy good filters that
Put her back in. Man. You want to put her in?
they're rated for 15, 20,000 miles. So even though I change my oil a lot quicker, the filter
It's
is.
snap in. It's got a little rubber grommet on it. So you just push it.
Yeah, I was at the wrong angle.
Yeah.
Where's the socket?
Just do this.
So you push it in until you hear it snap, and then you just screw it. Now you go
Yes.
to that.
And tighten it up right here. And it will progressively get tighter because it's got a tapered thread.
Right. So the farther in it goes, the tighter it gets.
Right.
So it's kind of self-torquing.
And that blue stuff on there is like a thread sealer and also
Yeah.
like a Loctite.
It's just like for plumbing at home.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it so the oil won't leak out through the threads as you drive. He's going to torque it down with that.
Mm-hmm. You don't want to spray you don't want to spray brake cleaner in there either. Because brake cleaner will dry out the belt.
Right.
I mean, belt. To clean it up, I guess somebody's
Which is a
trying to clean it
lot
up.
more complicated repair
Yeah.
or maintenance. It's not really a repair.
So, installation reverse.
So that side piece goes on.
See, this is where the wires go through here.
Oh yeah, they
Right there.
engineers are real good at designing stuff like that, but horrible at designing things to where they make it easier to fix. So you want to place the wires back in that little compartment. Was that this one down the side?
Yeah.
The one that's tapered at the end?
Yeah, it's got the little self-centering thing.
Yeah.
Yours is falling apart too.
That
Pretty
has to go
common with
down.
the plastic.
That has to go down. There it goes. Imagine doing this is fine.
There you go.
Then we can put the other one in and tighten that since it should be right
Two,
up there.
one. Sit there. This.
Now you have to fill for the hole again.
Yeah. It's not so bad if it's cool. It's just because this
I
is
know.
so hot. Yeah.
We'd be here another 2 hours if you wanted it to cool down.
Yeah. Probably longer than that.
Yeah, I know. I've been amazed sometimes. It's like I drive somewhere and go home, and like 5 hours later I go back out and it's like, man, my engine's still warm. These things don't cool down.
Let's do this.
For those of you who have never had one of these cars in Texas in the summer, it's like up north you turn on the car and you wait several miles for your blue light to turn off. Here over the next couple months I'll turn on my car if it hasn't been driven that day, and by the time I'm on the interstate on-ramp, literally under half a mile away, my engine's already warm. And the engine oil light goes off for the little blue light. They warm up. It's so hot here. I imagine people in Phoenix, man, they probably turn on their car and it's like, bang, it's warm already. You get it?
Yeah. Just gonna tighten it up.
This used to be black. It's slowly discolored over the years. It looks copperish. Brown or bronzish. Oops.
There goes the socket. So I'm gonna be jacking this thing up.
Did it?
Because it's in the pan.
Yeah, I know. It went to the pan. They build the compartments so jam tight nowadays. On your X, that would be like, yeah, I can get that easy.
Right down there. I don't like this.
No, now you can't reach down through anything.
There's a bugger to see.
Yeah, it seems like you have to be a little bit of a finger contortionist to get it.
Yeah.
That's the hardest one by far.
Well, like I said, it's not bad if you ain't got the...
If we took all the hoses off,
That
it'd be
it's
easy.
so hot, it's hard to touch anything without feeling all the pain in your hand. See it better from here. Yes. Awesome.
And you're saying on that one, you just go a little bit more than hand tighten.
Just snug it up.
Yeah.
It's all it is a cover. It's only got about 15, 20 pounds of work on it.
This one we need to
this
put
is
down.
tucked back in.
Right. That you're not pinching off wires.
Just gonna be snug. That's it. And this will go back on here. These two will go back on.
That's a good angle.
This will go back on.
So what are those two holes below where you're at?
Which ones?
Right there and there.
This is the same engine that goes in a 500.
Oh, so it's for
So
when
when
they do the
it's-
500 configuration.
Yeah, so when
Okay.
it's spun around 90 degrees, that's
Yeah.
where the motor mount bolts to.
Oh, okay. I knew there was a reason,
Yeah.
but... And I knew if I didn't ask, somebody'd be like, hey, why are those holes there? It's like, you're not using them. Because people ask the weirdest questions. Sometimes they're like, you're not even talking about this car. I have no idea. And sometimes you're like, you're talking about this car. And I still have no idea. That's one of the dangers of doing videos like this. I told everybody when I first started doing videos, it's like, I'm not really a mechanic. I'm just learning as I go on a lot of this stuff. And after you do so many of them, people think you know everything possible about the car. And it's like, hey, this is a learning process. I'm learning a lot of it as I go.
This goes back on here. This is the boost control valve.
And this goes
I've
where?
already replaced this twice.
You have? Wow.
Yeah, because it gets full of oil. The air oil separator on these cars are terrible.
Yeah, that's another maintenance doing the... That's up here, right?
Yeah, and that is a pain in the butt. This just slides in like that.
There's nothing that holds that in?
Screw.
Oh, you
It's a
have that
little
last
screw,
screw. Yeah. That's
Little
right.
8
We have one
millimeter.
screw to go.
That one's gonna be
One screw to go and then putting the hose back on.
Yeah, put this out of the way.
And this is another one where it's just cinched down a little bit more than hand tighten, right?
Yeah, because this is plastic. You don't want to
Yeah, you
crack
try
it.
to, you over torque this one, you crack apart.
Right. But this will give you an error code. I can't remember the exact number, but it'll give you an error code. And I cleaned it out a couple times. Yeah, I cleaned it out a couple times, and it seemed to work for a little while, and then it came back, so I just replaced it.
So how long have you had the X?
I bought it during COVID.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So about 5 years. 4 years.
But it's my 5th one. I had 5 of them.
Oh, okay. Do you like this one?
Yeah.
I know it looks really nice. You know what?
My favorite one was the 85 I had. That was a nice car. It's modern.
How long ago did you own that one?
About 15, 20 years ago, maybe.
Oh, okay. I think I told you when I was first in the Air Force, I was living in Fort Walton Beach, Florida.
See, this is common too because it gets so plasticky. See how
Yes.
it just falls apart?
Yeah.
We can zip tie that up there for you.
And back then in the like 1980 to 1988, actually I moved there in 78. X's were so popular because it was all the college kids went to the beach there.
Yeah.
And you would drive around Fort Walton Beach and you could see an X like every block for like blocks in a row. It was a really popular beach car with good reason. It was perfect for college kids. Now, how did you have one that fit that?
I got a whole bunch of screws.
I don't have any that fit it.
There you go.
It somehow backed its way out, and I have a bolt that goes down here. With the hose. It comes forward and goes into the ram air, and there's a bolt down here that holds it down, and that on its own backed its way out. And I ordered the replacement part from MOPAR, and it doesn't fit.
Really?
They sent me the wrong one.
I've noticed a lot of stuff loosening up on this. What is common too on these is the rear differential. The mounts loosen up on them.
Really?
Yeah.
I would like to put an LSD on mine. You already have one. So.
Yeah. You got this,
and that goes
this back
down.
in. You got that clamp?
I put it over here.
Yeah, I got it.
Now these you want to tighten down. You don't want hoses to come off while you're driving. I'd actually like to take and move it right here, but I don't. It won't quite fit.
This one?
No, my whole oil separator, catch can. I would like to put it right here. It just goes down just a little bit too far. I've been looking to see if I can find one that's a little smaller. Yeah, I found one, but it switches. It doesn't have a reversible filter, so it switches the. It still makes the wires the hoses overlap. If I could find one where I don't have to overlap my hoses and it looks clean, I'm going to do it. It's a constant search on my part. And then we just have to fasten that one little plastic clip. And you just press that down, and then we put on the engine cover. Here's today's mechanic, Phil Cheney. He's in the DFW Fiat Club and the North Texas Italian Car Club.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna have to get that.
And they were hoping to go to Freak Out this year, but his wife couldn't get off work, so he has lived in Wisconsin. His wife's from Wisconsin, so it would have been a cool trip for you because you know the area. Okay, we'll try to do this without the sunglasses. So there you have it. That was the Multiair oil actuator supply filter. Like I said, the part itself with shipping costs about under $30 from MOPAR online. When I make the video, I'll throw up the part number for you, and it's something you can do with just a minimum of skill and tools. It's somebody who's done it before without making a video or anything, 15 to 20 minutes. Doing it for the first time, running inside to check the video again, probably gonna take you 30 minutes to an hour. But definitely beats paying somebody to do it for you. They're gonna charge you whatever the going labor rate is in your town, so it's gonna be way more expensive. If you have any confidence in your own ability, do it yourself. Every 60,000 miles, and it's a required routine maintenance. So every 60,000 miles you should be doing this to your 124 Spider, or if you're watching this with a 500 Abarth, you need to do the same procedure. From Drop Top Tees, this is Tazalon. If you like the video, thumbs up, hit subscribe, and we'll see you again next time.